Keith, thank you very much for joining us. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks, Ian. Thanks for having me along.
Absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure. Before we go on, could you just give us a little bit of history on Mistral and a little bit of history on Robert?
Okay, well, Jenny and I have been involved with Robar since 2008, and we took over the concession of Mistral Aviation for Robar sales in 2011. And in between, we were involved with Robar in various projects, avionics and engine certification. Robar aircraft goes back all the way to 1957, when Pierre Robar started manufacture in Darrois, where the workshops still are today, in a half-barrel shaped hangar, which is also still there today and indeed is still in use. And since then, there have been changes, of course, but really there's only been one change of ownership and there's been some restructuring, but there's still been a very high degree of continuity. So there's at least one person there today who was there at the birth of the DR400 in 1972.
Wow. So how does it actually work? If someone wants to buy one, do you buy a DR400 off the shelf or?
No, all the DR401s are made to order. They're all bespoke aircraft. And there's a very, very high degree of personalization, which is why the lead time is 12 months. And you can have, within reason, what you like. So you can have your own color scheme outside, you can have your own interior design, you can have monogram carpets and seat leather if you wish. And in addition to that, there's a very, very broad range of options. So you end up with an aircraft that is very specific to you as the buyer. It takes a little bit longer, but you get what you want. And that bespoke nature of the aircraft means that it's simply not practical to have inventory waiting for sale. And it would take away the very personal nature of buying a Robar aircraft. It's a bit like buying a suit. It's the difference between off the peg and tailor-made. Here you're getting the tailor-made version, but actually it's an off the peg price.
I don't know what a suit is, I'm afraid. How's it been going? How's COVID affected things? Is it?
Well, there was an enforced factory closure of, I think, 3 months in spring, early summer of 2020 because of COVID, which obviously slowed down production. But they've caught up from there, and they've got full order books. They're currently producing 20 aircraft a year. They want to gradually expand that. They're aiming for 40 aircraft a year. But that obviously has to be done very gradually. They don't want to overstretch themselves. They don't want to compromise on quality or service. And they've also, of course, got the CAT 10C, the new generation one to build. And since that was introduced at Aero Friedrichshafen 2019, was it? I lose track of Aero Friedrichshafens because so many have been cancelled. But anyway, since it's been reintroduced, it's proven to be very popular, and the French military have just ordered 2. And the CAT airframe takes twice as long to build as a DR401 airframe.
I understand the CAT airframe is about the same price as DR400, roughly speaking, although they're obviously very different aircraft. But it'd be a tough choice, wouldn't it?
Well, yes, they are very different aircraft. The CAT 10 is I mean, you could use it for touring. It's a very precise handling airplane, so maybe not as comfortable to fly in as the DR401, which is a very easy handling, relaxed airplane to fly, but you could do it and do a few arrows on the way.
Right, clearly one of each is the way to go.
I think that is right.
Absolutely. Okay, well, thank you very much for joining us today. I know you're joining us later on in the week where we're going to talk a little bit more about the specifics of the performance and the cost element of it and what it actually costs for a warrant. So thank you very much, and I look forward to talking to you soon.
Thank you. See you soon.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that, please give us a like, leave a comment and subscribe.